The purpose of this part of the brief is to have AI almost act as our career coach. And it's a really interesting way of doing it so that we're not having to go through and select the individual industries. So follow along. It should be very straightforward and you'll get the hang of it very quickly. So the first thing is optional. I'm going to show how we do it just for giggles because we've done it a bunch of times already. We have to create a project within ChatGPT. Now, not every single tool allows you to do that, but for the benefits of those that are using the premium version of ChatGPT, let's do it. So I'm going to call this targeting. Next, just as we've done before, I'm going to add files. Now I have my table where I can basically do all of this crazy targeting using ChatGPT as if it was my career coach. I need to make sure that I have a good enough prompt so that it can do this for me. So the first thing I'm going to do is adjust the prompt by making a copy of it and adding my own personal details. Looking at the brief, I'm opening up the prompt and I'm going to make a quick copy. File, make a copy, rename, and then add it somewhere on my drive where I'm going to be able to find it again. Great. Now, in this particular area, I have added in the section that we've actually used in previous prompts, and I'm just going to peel it out of an existing prompt and throw it in there. So on the off chance that it doesn't recognize the uploaded information, maybe it'll play ball with this. So this may look familiar. This is part of the applications questions. All I'm doing is copying the data that's in here, copy, and then I'm adding it to the very bottom of my own prompt. Paste. That's simple. Cool. So now I have my massive prompt. I'm going to highlight everything that needs to go over, right click, copy, and I can paste it in here or I can paste it in regular ChatGPT and run it. Now, what will happen is you will be asked a handful of questions, I say up to 5, and then you can give your feedback as to those particular questions. These are clarifying questions. After that, the result is a primary table of industry targets that absolutely match your experience and what you probably have already experienced and done and been a part of in terms of your work history. Alternatively, there is another avenue that you could consider, which is secondary industry targets that are not necessarily one for one directly in your history. So you can see that those have been built here. Now, I went well above and beyond and put a couple of different ranking factors in here. You do not have to do that, but I'm just trying to mix it up and make it more beneficial. So what I'm going to do is copy all of this information. So at the very least, I have the ability to use some of the search filters by individual industry, but I can also get very deep into the search terms and maybe find some cool companies that way. So I'm going to very quickly copy this table and drop it into my AI list of targeted industries. Now, this is my primary industry and this is my secondary target industries. This is one way of doing it. The thing that I like about this is that you do get different search terms alongside the industries that you probably are best suited for. Again, this is one way of doing it. All I've done is just migrated and cleaned it up a little bit. I hope this helps, and this should give you at least a good starting point to start to search for industry. So we're doing that next.